For those tired of sweet lies, truth without apology, Chapter 3. To know yourself, watch yourself. Who you really are is shown not by what you claim, but by what you pursue, what occupies your mind, and what you commit to. If you truly want to discover who you are, don't start by asking philosophical questions. Start with facts. Start with observation, not of the world but of yourself. See where your time goes. See what repeatedly fills your thoughts. See what kind of work earns you money. See where the money is spent. See what your heart secretly longs for. See what you avoid. See what you are afraid to lose. And you will begin to know who you are, not in theory, but in truth. We all carry respectable self images. I am spiritual, or I care about justice, or I want to grow. But look closely. Most of these are aspirational claims, not honest confessions. The ego wants to appear evolved, but identity is not revealed by what you say you want, it is revealed by what you actually chase. You are not your undeclared values, you are your lived patterns. Where your feet walk, where your eyes linger, what keeps you restless at night. These are the true indicators, these are your teachers. To know yourself, don't look at what you celebrate, look at what you tolerate. Don't look at what you post, look at what you protect. Don't look at your wishes, look at your compulsions. The honest self observer begins to see I am not what I thought I was. I am deeply conditioned. My fears, cravings, and attachments run deeper than I admit. This seeing is painful, but it is also the beginning of freedom. Knowing yourself does not mean building a better image, it means watching the false one crumble. So don't be in a rush to change yourself. First, be silent and watch. Let the truth emerge raw, unfiltered. To know yourself is not to create a self, it is to become aware of you how much of you is borrowed, automatic and false. To know yourself, watch yourself honestly, repeatedly, relentlessly. This is alone is the beginning of a real spiritual life. Chapter 4. Self love isn't self lies. Self love is not about feeling good, but about being ruthlessly true to oneself. Self awareness is self love, self indulgence is self deception. Truth rarely feels good. It cuts, it exposes, it demolishes comfort. Let the world chatter. People are entitled to their noisy opinions on your accent, on your skin, your clothes, your voice. These are externals. Let them say what they will. But when it comes to your fundamental worth, your very being. Absolutely no one has the right to pronounce judgment, not even your closest ones. That is a sacred space. Guard it fiercely. Only one entity can know you for what you really are, and that is you. But not as your own advocate. Be your own strictest examiner. Honest, uncompromising. When you do that, the world's judgment, whether applause or ridicule, lose their grip on you. Next time someone flatters you, do not swell. Next time someone criticizes you, do not shrink. Both are just flickers, at best raw data, not truths, not verdicts, just feedback which may be useful or usually irrelevant. Do not hang your sense of self on their shaky strings. That is self love, not softness, not sugar, but fierce awareness, relentlessly honesty. Ah, the fierce, liberating joys of self awareness. Your life is the mirror, chapter 5. Observe your own life and you will know the truth. We live in furious, hasty, utterly absorbed in distractions, rarely pausing to observe the one thing that truly matters, our own life. Isn't it essential to relieve the mind of its constant preoccupations, to give it space, silence, and sincerity so it may finally see itself with clarity? Ask yourself, what exactly are you doing and why? Why this why this relentless noise, this gnawing restlessness, this dull boredom? What do you remain confused? Why do you remain confused, insecure, constantly hungry for company? Why does even the whisper of the solitude unsettles you? Why does the future evoke nothing but a seashore of hope and fear? Have you ever truly loved? Do you even begin to understand what it means to live? These aren't abstract philosophical riddles. These are urgent, concrete questions bleeding through your everyday life. Unless you are deeply asleep or constantly fleeing from yourself, these questions will arise. You have accepted a certain pattern as the norm, but why? Why not examine it with honesty and intelligence? Why not turn inward with the same sharpness you apply to the world? This is your life, your one fleeting, precious life. Observe it. Not through society's lens, not through the prism of borrowed values. Observe it with naked awareness. See what you chase, what you fear, what you compulsively repeat. No excuses, no drama, just direct perception. That is your deepest responsibility. And when the mind begins to observe itself truthfully, something shifts. Not the cheap thrill you mistake for happiness, but the deep joy of clarity arises. Not excitement, but vitality. Not comfort, but liberation. That clarity is your highest possibility. And nothing, not your past, Not your suffering, not your beliefs should be allowed to take it from you. Next chapter we will read next time.